Hey YouTube, it's the Blue Lawnmower here, and for our first video of the day, probably last, actually almost definitely last, we are back with some more Universe Sandbox, and as we have been doing for the past, what, like 55 episodes? Something like that. Actually, that's probably like way past the definition of an over-exaggeration. But, yeah, we are going to be, using the planet collection simulation. We're going to speed up the time step so that things start getting weird with the object in our solar system. All the objects, not just the big things. You can see all of them. So, once I hit play, there's essentially no going back. So, oop. Stuff starts evaporating off the things that are normally extremely far away. But here, not really that far anymore. Anyway, we are going to put our camera at an angle where we can see all the gas giants semi-decently. Because really those are the only ones that tend to interact with stuff. And we're going to monitor Earth's survival. So we got temperature there and life likelihood there. In case you're unfamiliar with the format, which chances are if you've seen any of my other Universe Sandbox videos, you're pretty familiar with it. But yeah, so Earth is already moving, which is normal. Normally it takes the gas giants a while to make really noticeable movements. And of course, this simulation doesn't come with the sun over there. I place it there, one astronomical unit away from all this stuff, because that's how far, Earth is from the sun. So we start out with under normal conditions, except our night sky is filled with planets. But yeah, we start out with semi-normal conditions, and well, eventually you'll see what happens if you're new. If you're not new, then you probably already know exactly what happens. But yeah. And if you don't know my system, you see how everything's moving extremely slow. We're only going about 30 times real time. But the second I see a collision is the second I speed up the time step. So yeah. Because, like, I can't do things in a disorderly fashion. They must be orderly if I do them. I don't know. There's always been a thing in me life. So yeah, that's just what we gonna do. Mercury. For a second I thought Mercury was heading straight towards Jupiter on a crash course. So you can visibly tell that certain things are getting closer to other things. That's a given when you have all these planetary and I guess moonly, I don't know, dwarf planetary. You see Pluto's right there. Objects in the same place. It really doesn't end super well. And one of the most interesting things you'll find is Saturn's rings. Those tend to get pretty weird when interacting with other things. Man, it's taking abnormally long for the first collision to happen. It looks like Bianca is gonna be first collision, maybe. I don't know. Just a possibility. Either that or it's just gonna fly through Saturn's rings. And you can see, you can already see a little bit of alterations on the side because of how much gravity is tugging on Saturn's rings. You can especially see alteration heading towards Jupiter, since that's the only thing in this little cluster that's more massive than Saturn. So yeah. It is taking a while for things to happen. I'm actually going to move this to North America so I don't have to be seeing the materials thing. I don't know, it's just more aesthetically pleasing. Really, we aren't doing anything based off the materials, so yeah, that's not what I meant to hit. I meant to do that. I'll change the camera up a bit so we can get a better view of everything that's currently transpiring here. Not a whole lot is colliding with other things. I don't know how I feel about it. And by the way, guys, this is randomly generated if you didn't know, if you've seen only one of my previous ones. The planet's placement is randomly generated, so I'm not just doing the exact same thing I did last time. Or whatever time you watch this. I'm gonna get a bit of a better angle here. I'm really trying to watch for any collision because it's bound to happen any second now. I just heard it. That couldn't have not been a collision. Something collided with something else. Therefore, we are going to speed up the time step ever so slightly. Now it'll seem like it's going really fast, even though it's really not. At the moment, it's really not. Something hit Neptune. Neptune is not frequently hit because Jupiter and Saturn are both so much more massive than it. But apparently Neptune actually got the first collision. That doesn't happen very much. If you've seen any of my other videos on this, you know that doesn't happen a lot. It was probably just placement. Something probably spawned super close to Neptune. And look at Saturn's rings. It's all being like torn apart. Dione just crashed into Saturn. Going to speed things up again. Now I'm having to change the camera angle constantly. That won't be constant throughout the whole thing. Normally we stay a good bit on the opening thing, and then we move on. Did something hit Venus? Something hit Venus. I'm gonna be amazed. Hang on. I don't really feel like exiting off Earth view. No, because Venus tends to freak out when something hits it, so you can kind of tell if it's been hit or not, and it definitely has not. So it seems like Jupiter and Saturn are both getting pretty dangerously close. Oh, Triton might die. This might be the death. Oh, something hit Jupiter. Alright. Speeding up the time step. Something hit Saturn. Speeding up again. Oh boy. Yeah, that's real close. That's real close. Oh man. Yep, they're combining. That's always fun. Is it not? Well, that qualifies as a collision. Something else just hit Neptune. Something hit Saturn right before it collided into Jupiter. So yeah. Alright, now a bunch of stuff is hitting Jupiter. Now Jupiter is like a mob scene of various things colliding with it. A lot of fragments from the collision with Saturn as well. Now Jupiter is just freaking out. It doesn't even know what it's doing with its life anymore. And due to its kind of altered orbit, it's the most... Oh! There goes Uranus right into Jupiter. Don't misinterpret that. It never ends well. But, yeah. There goes Uranus. Jupiter is not having a fun day. Evidently. It's not having fun. So yeah, Jupiter is the most massive thing here. So it's the most... It's logically the most likely thing to get hit. But still, normally things don't hit it that early. That was really early. I don't know if you guys realize how early that was. And those unlabeled dots orbiting Jupiter are the remains of Saturn's rings. If I were to zoom out, which I'm not going to do until the end, you'd actually see all Saturn's rings just like scattering, because normally most of it doesn't actually cling on to Jupiter. It actually gets spread out into space. See, that's all Saturn's rings. So yeah. And Earth is just taking a completely different route, as all the rocky planets normally do. Alright, something else hit Jupiter. I'm going to speed things up again. We are currently at 5 hours a second. So we see Jupiter is starting to cool off from those two collisions. Alright, let's zoom out a little bit so we can see everything. Jupiter is no longer molten in any places, so that's fun. Right now we're heading straight towards the sun, as logic would suggest. This is one of the rare cases where we actually head towards the sun first. Normally, oh, we're getting close, aren't we? Are we getting close? I can't really tell right now. Are we? I don't think we're that close. Oh, no, we're close. Things are coming out of orbit. Yeah, we're pretty close to the sun now. But, yeah. The way I can tell is by things start to drop out of orbit as we approach the sun. Because the sun's gravity completely outdoes Jupiter's. So that's why that happens. Alright. Zoom out again. Now we're starting to angle ourselves up because that's where the sun is, and that's a collision. Oh, there it is. Yep. Alright, and it looks like everything's in a fairly safe path to get around and not collide with the sun. Oh, but things are colliding within. The sun got fairly lucky. It didn't combine with much. I'm surprised. That doesn't normally happen. Alright, so Earth is taking a while. Hang on, let's look at its motion. Where's its orbital period? I need to find your orbital period, Sun. Earth, I mean. 1.21 years. Wow. Okay. That's fun. And the sun was obviously affected by the gravitational pull of all these objects, so that's why it's on the move now. But Earth seems almost 100% safe. I'm just gonna speed up time so I don't have to wait 50. Oh, okay, not that much. Let's calm down just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Now let's do it back. Things are going too fast if we do that. But it looks like... Hang on. Sun's going that way. Earth is going that way. So we might not be completely... Whoa. Neptune, Venus, and Pluto are all exiting orbit. That's interesting. So let's see how Earth is. Hang on, let's go over here. Life likelihood is still pretty high. Are we going to pick up the... Oh, no, that's way too far. I thought Earth was going to gain the moon. As a moon. Alright, but it looks like during the close part of Earth's orbit, it seems to be fairly safe. So let's see how things went for all the planets. So Earth has a fairly stable orbit in comparison to a lot of things. You can see Saturn's rings remnants are kind of well, some just collided with the sun, and it happened very quickly. Whoa. Those fragments zoomed out. I was somewhat amazed. Alright, hang on. Let me look at the... Ooh. Okay, our winters are very severe, evidently. Ooh. Those winters... Those are bad. Yeah, I'm gonna check on it in a bit. But let's look at how other planets did. Venus doesn't look too good. Where's Mercury? Mercury is still in orbit. That's fun. It's in a fairly stable orbit. Not super... It kept its slow rotations. We're going at 3 days a second, and that's how fast it's rotating. That's pretty slow. But whoa, that fragment looks like a gas giant. It might be off of something that collided with the sun, even though I don't know if any of our gas giants did. No, neither of our gas giants collided with the sun. Where's Venus? Venus is pretty hot. Yep. How close does it get to the... Ooh, it gets extremely close to the sun. Yeah, alright. So, let's check on Mars. Mars has a fairly, decent orbit. Not doing too bad. Keeps its distance from the sun. Jupiter's orbit, it gets pretty close, but not too super close. But yeah. Alright, and where's Neptune? Neptune's not even in orbit anymore. He forgot all about everything else that existed in life. Alright, I guess let's check on Pluto? How are you doing? Your orbit goes way past everything that has to do with life. Hang on, I need to find out this thing's orbital period. It is, if I could find it, the orbital period is 25 years. So that's, I think that might be more than Jupiter. I don't know. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Oh, and if at any point you want me to, dang it, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video. Most people click away by now. But if you haven't clicked away, and you have an idea as for something I could do in this game, because I'm kind of running out of ideas, to be honest. That's kind of why I've been sticking to this for a while, is because I don't really have any ideas. But if you have any ideas for something I could do in this game, like an experiment to see, like if I collided one thing with another, how would it go? Some of that nature. Because, I mean, this only exhibits a small part of what you can do in this game. This game is fairly infinite when it comes to possibilities, and Earth is not looking so good. Whoa, okay. Let's just slow down time a little. Yeah, it's an ice age. That's what that is an ice age. But at any point, are we... Well, how fast does it lose life likelihood? Put it at 4 days a second. Temperature drops almost every second, which is really every 3 days. Can we visibly see the line? If I speed the time step up too much, the game will start to lag and the simulation will become inaccurate, so I'm not going to do that. But it looks like... Alright, it looks like it's stabilizing at negative 15 degrees Celsius, which is, I think it's like, if I had to give a rough estimate, I don't know how accurate this is, but, is there any way to change this to Fahrenheit? Nope. Alright. But, I'd say that's maybe, well, if 15 degrees Celsius is like, that's like 60 Fahrenheit. So I'd say it's around 0 degrees Fahrenheit if you are American, which most people watching this most likely are. But yeah, this is the Earth we'd be living on if this, for whatever reason, were to happen. And something I've been actually wanted to do for quite a while now when doing these. I'm going to speed the time step up so this happens fairly instantaneously, because we're coming to a point in the video where I kind of don't want it to go on much longer. We're just gonna let's not make it too far, but let's make it far. Let's say 10 astronomical units. That's pretty close. It'll probably happen instantaneously. If it happens instantaneously, then I might make it a little farther than that. But yeah. Let's add it right about, I'd say there. Yep. That didn't take long. Yep. Now everything's just gone. Where's the sun at? There's the sun. It's bye. It's gone. Bye, sun. Okay. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Woo!